This is Rebecca Schissel Marshall with Whole Body Upgrade, a podcast to help you get unstuck, feel better, and have more energy. Let's get started. Episode 51, Getting Your Clients Unstuck with Ease, Part 4. I want to begin by welcoming in the directions. I want to welcome in the great direction of the east, the south, the west, and the north, and I welcome the direction that is above and below, and the direction that is within. I call in the elements of air and fire, water, and earth. And I welcome in all of the helping, compassionate spirit guides so that whatever needs to be said can be said and whatever needs to be heard can be heard. And I acknowledge that I'm on the land of the Creek and the Cherokee in what is now known as Athens, Georgia. Welcome, friends. I am so glad to be here with you today. It's such an honor. How are you? I am in full summer mode swing here. So if you hear little voices, those are my children doing what they do best, being loud. So I'm going to be going on vacation soon. So that's also super exciting. After a year of not going on vacation, we're going to go see some family. And I'm actually really thrilled about seeing my family. It's been a very long time. And I'm also really excited about the Centered Wellness Training. The early bird price is still available. It's available until the 20th. So if you complete an application for the program, all you have to do is fill out the application, and then we'll have a chat sometime. But if you fill out the application by the 20th, then you'll still be eligible for the early bird price, which is a savings of $500. So that's a big deal. There is also a partial scholarship available for an individual who is Black or Indigenous or a person of color. And so applications are open. I don't want you to wait because I don't want you to miss it. I'm only taking a limited number. Once those slots are filled, then I will close applications. So if they close even before the 20th, if I have enough people, then they close. So, don't miss it. It's going to be a really amazing program. I'm super excited about it. This has been brewing for years and I'm thrilled. So I'll post a link to the application in the show notes. So let's talk about the final part in the series here. This week is all about integration. We've been talking about energy and talking about the body and talking about the spiritual parts. And really, it's not one particular component or another. It's using them all together in an integrated fashion that really makes the difference in determining the root cause as well as treating the root cause, as well as getting to the bottom of it, right? It's not just about figuring out, well, what's causing it, although that's a huge component of it. But it's also about then what can we do to solve that problem? If we ignore even just one wellness body, it really can throw the whole system off. It mucks it all up. So your clients may be working on mental and emotional wellness with you, which is great, which is an amazing component of the system. But if they're not addressing the other parts, the physical, the energetic, and the integrative, the physical, the energetic, or the spiritual, then the progress can be slowed, and especially if they're not integrated together. So the process that I do with clients is really a very dynamic process. First, knowing what the client wants at the very beginning and what they want to see at the end of your time together is going to be crucial, because there may be things that want to be balanced, need to be balanced, but that may not be the first thing that you want to work on. I receive so much information, but it may not be where they want to go. So, I may see that there's an issue with an ancestral line, but that's not what's blocking them in terms of what they're trying to accomplish. So it seems like there's always more to work on, but really honing it down to what is crucial at this point and what's important at that time. So I usually begin by gathering information on a client on where they feel stuck and not only listening to the words that they're providing, but also feeling into the energy of not only what they're saying, but also what the guides are telling or showing me, right? So this is the work, this is what I want to, part of what I'm going to teach in the centered wellness training is how to do that, right? How to feel into that. When you're looking for the root cause of the problem, asking a few simple questions may give valuable insight into what needs to change, whether it's with their career or their relationship or their health. So as I'm asking questions of the clients, I'm also asking questions of my guides. I'm getting information from them. So as they're talking about food, I might be asking them, is food the issue? And I get a no. I usually ask questions in that yes, no, or they'll start showing me images. Do I need to ask more about their current relationship? Yes. And I use all of my senses, really, literally all of my senses to get to the underlying layer for each client. The framework of the 5 wellness bodies is always the same, but it isn't a static checklist. It's dynamic and it's holistic and it's really integrating and showing up with each person with deep compassion and deep listening. So that's part of what I teach when I teach the whole body upgrade class is how to listen deeply to yourself. And so this is a deep listening, not just for yourself, but for the client that you're working with. So this dynamic dance happens as you ask questions, as you open to information, as the guides lead you, and you use your body as a receiver. All the information is available as I'm listening deeply. So I'm using mindfulness, I'm using intuitive work, I'm using the energy, I'm using my guides, I'm using my shamanic practice, and really allowing me to open up fully and wholly and completely to this client. The integration is a little bit like swimming with all of these practices in a beautiful ocean of knowledge. Each one kind of drops in and drops out. It's like these waves that come in, right? Of sometimes it's like, oh, there's energy there. Oh, don't, look at that food, right? Little pieces will drop in that give the information of where to go next. So it's this real, like it feels like this in my body where it's just this flowy, current that I'm following along with. And what I'm doing is I'm just an open vessel. I'm just listening and open to what's there. As I'm listening, I'm also speaking, right? I'm asking the questions so that I can kind of get this, direction of where to go. It's a beautiful dance, and I use my body. I use the feeling in my body about taking steps forward and maybe taking a step back, right? And really being present for it all. We may need to go to the seed moment that caused a certain belief and clear that seed moment while creating new thoughts as we work together, working with that younger part of that client to heal and give them what they need, that compassion that they need. Each step really reveals new information. An unveiling of a different layer as the root cause is revealed. It's all of who the client is, that physical part. We're talking about the mental part, the emotional, the energetic, right? All of those different pieces, all of the 5 wellness bodies, all integrated to get the client unstuck with ease. And sometimes I will ask very specifically, like, well, okay, let's talk about the physical body. Okay, let's talk about the mental, right? We'll look very strategically through each of those wellness bodies. But what it comes down to is this integration in this dance. It feels like magic to the client. And what it really is a full presence to all of the wellness bodies, to all of that information. And I know that I'm not special, that this can really be done by anyone. Anyone can learn how to do this integrative process that I teach in the centered wellness training. So here's the deal. When you work with clients and then they learn this framework, right? They're going to learn this. You are empowering them. That is really important. You are empowering them. When they know the 5 wellness bodies, they don't have to stay stuck. even if they're not working with you, right? They may need a tune-up. They may need some reminders. That's why we're here, but it's not like you have to work with them forever. They can feel better and they can take action in their lives. They can help themselves. They can see the world differently, and they start not giving away their power to the external forces outside of them because they're looking at their own power. They're using their own wisdom. When something is off for their health, then they can look at the 5 wisdom bodies. Well, okay, what's going on? What am I eating? How much sleep am I getting, right? How much movement am I doing? If their kids are running through the house like cats on catnip after a long nap, then they can look at the 5 wellness bodies. What's happening with my children? What's happening with me as my children are running through the house? It's not just a framework for you as a coach or a healer, although that's hugely powerful. It's a framework for your clients to use and for their lives. Now, here's one of the things I've been wondering about, I've been thinking about is, could clients just go to all these different healers? And the answer is yes, they can, right? They can go to a Reiki master. They could go to a shamanic practitioner. They could go to a coach, right? They can go to all these different people. And my experience is it's not as powerful when they go to these separate individuals because it's not integrated in one place, right? Not integrated together. And that is super important. These particular techniques that I use are integrative techniques. So it's not just that we're using all of the techniques, it's that they're pulled together into one place. Okay, sweet friends, that's how the Centered Wellness Framework is based on integration and how these different wellness bodies are so important and so important to be integrated together because they all work together. The framework is such a beautiful fit with coaching. Like it really, coaching is one of the fundamental pieces of it. And the different skills that you've already learned as a coach are going to be hugely beneficial and will empower your clients in a way that is really quite beautiful and amazing and something that you've probably not seen before. These different skills aren't traditionally taught in coaching practice, a part of coach training. They're separate. And what I would like to do is be able to help you merge them together, to integrate them so you can really empower your clients, get your clients unstuck with ease, and boost your own practice. Okay, sweet ones, take good care of yourself. Bye. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Whole Body Upgrade. If you'd like to learn more about working with me, you can visit me on Facebook or Instagram or on my website, CenteredYou, that's CenteredYou.com. See you on the next episode of Whole Body Upgrade.